Hello, I am Shannon Chambers, Senior Vice President of Communications and Association Affairs at NATA. At NATA, we know that strong industry connections help aviation businesses grow, adapt, and lead. That is the purpose behind NATA Partner Plus, connecting aviation businesses with the people, programs, and conversations shaping our industry. Through this series, The Business Behind the Brand, we are spotlighting those companies that support NATA's mission and serve our member community with trusted products, services, and expertise. Each conversation goes beyond the logo to explore the people and practical solutions powered by the partner. From emerging technologies and operational support to safety, workforce, compliance, customer experience, and business performance. This video series gives companies a meaningful way to engage with NATA members year-round while helping our audience better understand the resources available to strengthen their operations and navigate an evolving aviation business environment. We are proud to share these stories and highlight the partners who are investing in the safety and success of aviation businesses nationwide. To launch the series, we will first hear from Narrative. Thank you for your time and engagement, and thank you to our partners.
You've had a kind of an interesting career path in aviation. What are you up to these days?
So I have my firm called Narrative Aviation, and I started that when I departed AOPA a couple of years ago. I had a great 4.5, 5 year run at AOPA, loved the organization, loved the people, but I thought it was time for me to, focus on the types of aviation, the topics in aviation that I became really close and passionate about, more advocacy related, helping us navigate issues, helping companies, helping airports, especially. Airports are a specialty of ours because I think we know that local GA airports are often the most misaligned and misunderstood element of the whole aviation system. So I work with airports to help them develop their story, tell their story, and protect their story, because we know for many GA airports around there, others are trying to tell the story for them, and they're not being very nice doing that. So it's like anything in business, you have to own your own story, and that's what I'm doing. And I was fortunate enough when I was at AOPA to carve a really nice relationship with you and Kurt and Shannon and Karen and the rest of the NATA team. So the Partner Plus Program Association, Hector, was just a natural extension of the friendship and professional relationship I had with your organization.
I'm very, very happy to hear about that. So I talked about it in the intro about this new video series that we're starting, and we're excited about it. Tell us about it and why we're offering it.
Sure. The title is the brand behind the business. And we decided to talk about, what is a brand? Because when we go through education and we go through seminars and we go to all sorts of places where we learn about aviation, we learn about the quote, the hard stuff. We learn how to sell. We learn about this issue and this compliance. But really we wanted to take a step back and help businesses understand the fact that all of them are a brand. I don't care what you think. If you are a company or if you lead, you have a brand, whether you like it or not. So this is really all about telling your story so that you could sell, so that you can succeed. And Hector, what's interesting is if you ask 100 people the definition of a brand, you'll get 101 answers back. But what we're really focusing on, like the title, the brand behind the business, is what's the story of your business? What's the story of your team? What's the story of what you offer? Because at the end of the day, people buy into stories. They buy products, they buy services, but they also really buy stories. And it doesn't really matter what kind of business you have, what segment of the industry you are in, how narrow you think you are, how uninspiring you think you are. People buy stories, and whether you like it or not, you're competing with somebody else. Very few companies, very few NATA member companies are the only company that is providing that exact service or product. So you're competing.
Right.
And often, whether people compete on price, whether they compete on product, a lot of times they compete on the story because studies show that people want to do business with people they trust, and people
Mm.
want to do business that with companies that they know are doing good for the community. And usually that comes down to the story. And you need to tell that story and you need to protect that story. And the whole idea is what's that hill that you can claim that nobody else can claim? So what we are
Mm.
doing, Hector, is talking to a couple of folks that run NATA member companies and talking about their path and how they got to where they are, but really drilling down to what's their story and how do they develop that story and what comprises that story and how that story is different than anybody else's. And at the end of the day, as I say in some of these videos that we've already conducted a couple of them,
Mhm.
if a member company is watching this video, and if they can take away one thing that helps them in their everyday life, in their everyday job, just one thing that elevates them and helps them enhance their story, then we really have done our job.
And what sort of businesses and leaders will our membership be hearing from through these videos?
Well, it's interesting because we know that NATA membership comprises of a big range and a broad array of
Mhm.
products and services. So we're really trying to bring that to bear, whether it's aviation apparel or whether it's regulation and compliance or whether it's safety or whether it's FBOs. I think what's really important is to offer that breadth of perspective because at the end of the day, I think we know that the best education is peer to peer.
Yeah.
You can go to all of these seminars, you can go to all of these online courses, you can go to all of these professional development programs. And this is not to malign the members that are doing this, but at the end of the day, the best kind of education comes from that person is successful. I want to know what they did. I want to know what their special is. I want to know what their secret sauce is. And really, I think it's part of the native fabric where you've created a community of members. You created a community of companies. Yes, we're in a competitive world, but we're also in an industry, aviation, that is a community, and we like to help each other. So really, that's the spirit of these videos is peer-to-peer education that really gets across the point that I did this and you can learn from it and you can do it too.
So along those lines, we'll be spotlighting some of the members in the NATA Partner Plus program. And I know you're a member, of course. Thank you for that. What has been your experience with the Partner Plus program here at NATA?
Well, what's interesting is I was talking to you and Kurt and Shannon at the very start when you were really thinking about the Partner Plus or launching the Partner Plus program. And I think it's an extension of what we just talked about. It's an extension of the community mindset and the camaraderie of NATA, which is how can we help our members? And what Partner Plus does is it brings to bear best practice solutions from some of the companies to help NATA members. How can we matchmake or, to do some matchmaking between need and offering? If I need this to help my business, I have this resource within the Partner
Mhm.
Plus program. So we're bringing best practices to bear for NATA members, but we're doing it within the NATA ecosystem. So it's a pure representation within the community of members helping members.
I thank you again for being part of the Partner Plus program, being part of the NATA family. I mean, like every other member at NATA, we make the aviation system better. Now, the video series, when are they going to start and where can our members find them?
I believe the series will be on NATA's YouTube page. I'm sure that we will be going out, both of us, with emails and social posts and general communications. It won't be any secret when and where you can find these. And I know that I am working with the team, Shannon and Alex, to put these together. They've been really great, and we'll probably be launching these sometime by the end of April, early May at the very latest. We'll probably do one every 2 or 3 weeks online just to have a steady cadence. And we're hoping that people raise their hand and say, I want to do one of those videos, interview me, which, okay. But I think,
You're ready.
what's that?
You're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So we're going to be going out very soon. And members in the GA community, it'll be no secret when and where these start. And we're hoping that, again, that it's not just entertaining, but it's that news you can use. What's that one nugget that I heard that I can take away to help my business?
No. Thank you, Eric. Thank you again. We are a member-centric organization. We just want the best for our members, including being part of the Partner Plus program. Thank you for being a member, Eric, and thank you for being part of the Partner Plus program. And we'll be looking at your videos very, very soon.
So now I can go back to this side of the camera.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Thank you, Hector. It's great talking to you.
Okay, bye-bye.